This is WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont. 105.9 The Radiator. It is the Rocket Shop, and I'm your host, Tom Proctor. With me tonight is Scuzz. Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going? How's your day been?
It's been a great day.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful day.
A bit of everything, if I can be honest.
Yeah? All right, well, we'll get more into that in a minute. We do like to kick it off with the song, though, so what have you got for us?
It's a song called Blue Green.
Rejected once again, and not to my surprise, by my one and only friend. Now I sit in a dimly lit room, waiting to face my doom. Sessions of corporate therapy. There's these crooks of the modern mystique. Get your hopes up, then make you weak. Desperation, a secretion from my eyes. My frown and the bags underneath my lies.
Up this show tonight. Sorry, what was the name of the track again?
Blue Green.
Blue Green. I didn't notice that track on either of the two demos that are on your Bandcamp. So is this a sign of new things happening? Is this the sign of an album might be in the works?
Maybe, yeah, that'd be spectacular. Yeah, we don't have that recorded anywhere, so it's here now.
This one's a big Heavy World exclusive.
Yeah.
I love
Yep.
that. Do you want to go around and quickly introduce yourselves as well?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. I'm Dylan Hancock, bass and vocals.
Joseph or whatever. Culottes, guitar, accordion.
Yeah. Hey, Steven Ashlock, drums and vocals because I like it and it's fun.
Oh, vocals while being a drummer is no easy task. How is that in terms of like breathing and actually just being able to staying conscious?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little out of breath right now, but it's just fun. I do it anyway with no mic, so when I do have a mic, it's like extra fun.
It must be even harder without a mic.
Can't stop 'em.
So tell us a little bit about your background. When did Scuzz form? How did you guys know each other? When did you get together?
Well, Joe kind of has an interesting outlook onto it because he wasn't originally in the band, but
Oh yeah. Dylan met Steve on Craigslist. Not the personal ads. Yeah, and these dudes are jamming, and I played music too, and hadn't really formed a band with anyone, and we had this really funny experience at our house, and this dude got really drunk and spilled a bunch of beer on our living room floor, and ended up taking off his socks, wiping all the beer up with his socks, and we're like, probably shouldn't play music with this dude.
He's the guy who connected Dylan and I, by the way.
Yeah, so he did one good thing,
everybody
Joe is roommates with Dylan too.
Yeah, we're
Right.
roommates.
Oh, I
just
see.
figured we'd ask the guy upstairs to play guitar with us, and it worked well, really.
And thus Scuzz was born. I gotta say, Scuzz is a punk rock name in the same way like Whitesnake is a 80s hair metal name. I was actually surprised that there wouldn't be another punk band called Scuzz out there, or is there? And you've come across issues of copyright.
Yeah, I think there is one in Great Britain somewhere. Yeah.
But why punk rock? Why? I mean, I'm definitely getting like Ramones feels from you. It's definitely like early punk scene kind of style. Although your songs last about 3 times as long as kind of like that kind of old school punk. So, but why? What gravitated you towards that particular genre?
I think I kind of started that one. I've played all kinds of music. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, just started listening to Buzzcocks and Television and bands that are kind of from that era, and wanted to play it. Just like any other reason for me to play something is because I listened to it. I'm like, I want to do that. So I brought that to the table. And, I think we all have a variety of interests for sure that we kind of ground ourselves in punk rock, but we definitely bring other things to the table too.
Got it. Does the other band members share the kind of same love for punk, or is this kind of a new musical journey for yourselves? And
Definitely
you
a
kind of
musical journey. I mean, I haven't dove super deep down into the punk scene. I mean, my first band, basement band in Maine. I'm from Maine, and we're called Chum, and we're like sort of punk. It was like 3 chords. I was like 15 years old. But Dylan's definitely brought the punk to the table, and it's great. I love bringing what I can. And
Punk rock, man. Yeah, it's
punk.
a good feeling. Yeah, it's. I definitely, growing up, high school, starting the first band, it was a punk bands. Listening to, I grew up in California, like Distillers, Nerve Agents, AFI, Tsunami Bomb, all these great bands that just bring joy and fun shows and energy. And it was definitely a love of mine for a long time. And then for a while was in different bands that, strayed away and were more, different types of music. And we came back together and was a little rocking, and it's definitely a lot of fun.
yeah. And punk deserves to be played live. I mean, really, that's the kind of medium. I mean, obviously, a lot of music deserves to be played live, but as the kind of energy that punk rock brings, is that kind of do you try and find yourselves in those spaces, or are you kind of more kind of you do this for yourself in your own basement and you kind of get a few things down sometimes, or do you try and go and play live as much as possible?
We've struggled a little bit to find some gigs in the last few months.
Strange that.
Yeah. We're really happy to be here. We did a string of shows at Riding High in the fall and one in the summer. Just such a funny scene. We love playing there. Just playing to people walking down Battery Street, and you have somebody pull up to the red light, roll down their window, and they're like, yeah. And then in 30 seconds they're gone. And it's like, all right, that was cool. And then we played at Swan Dojo a couple times, and we really like playing there too. And then we're just trying to move to other places, but I think we'll be contacting Riding High in the spring because, yeah, we just love playing there.
I've never heard of anyone else playing on that rooftop. I saw it on your Facebook, and I was like, how did I miss this, and why did no one tell me about it? How did that whole thing get set up? Do you guys work there, or do you know the owner? How did that gig happen?
Yeah, I just went to Riding High one day and talked to Big John, and I said, hey, I heard you've had shows here in the past. What would you say about hosting another one? And he said, yeah, let's do it. Just can't play past 10 because then the cops show up.
And they are very close.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm glad that you maybe annoyed BPD for an hour and a half or whatever by playing very loudly in front of their shop. Yeah, so you did that a few times over the summer. Do you ever get like a crowd down the bottom kind of like watching you, or over on Battery Street, or was it mostly just the cars that went past?
Small crowd. Yeah. And there's other bands too. Definitely want to give the reps to the other bands that were there too.
Yeah, it's a great gig, great place for a gig though. And obviously you mentioned Swan Dojo as well, which is a great punk rock venue in that it's just kind of a punk space, as in it can kind of be used for anything, and it's all just artistic expression, and anything kind of is allowed there. Super hot, obviously, in that place as well. How was that gig? That must be, everyone's
very
sweating,
sweaty.
bodily fluids.
The one in
going
June
everywhere.
was sweaty. Yeah.
So I worked on Farmers and Foragers food truck on the waterfront, and I had a accident with, I don't know if you're familiar with the things that you make whipped cream with.
Yeah.
You know, you stick your nitrous. I had one blow up in my hand the day before, and this hand was literally like a baseball.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Dylan, like, my hand, I'm broke, dude.
I can play it, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
broken. And I was like, I got this. So played the show, it's super punk rock, like
Big old
couldn't even
bandage.
I could just like grip the pick, but it was an incredible show. Super sweaty.
Yeah, the Rose McCann band played after us. They brought all their friends, and I think they all saw like 2 or 3 songs from us, and we were like, where did all these people come from? This is awesome. Yeah, it's great.
Do you guys do the old school kind of punk thing by like going into the crowd and giving someone a Charlie horse and getting into a mosh pit, or are you kind of stick to the stage?
We're working towards that.
No.
Yeah, like if I didn't have a bass around my neck, I'd do that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the advantage of playing kind of the drum that you've got is even if you've got your hand all bandaged up, punk has to you have to have kind of it can't be too tight. It's gotta be a little bit loose. How do you kind of approach that? Is there ever a point where you're kind of playing like, actually, guys, we are sticking everything on time. Everything sounds too good. We need to get sloppy.
Love to throw curveballs. That's like my number one favorite thing. So I warn them every now and then I'm gonna throw a curveball in this one, and it just keeps it fun and interesting.
You just like play offbeat for a couple.
Or do a different
But-
fill, or do
yeah.
something I haven't done before, and I mean that's the benefit of drums. I don't have any notes or chords or anything, so it's a definitely benefit.
Got some 1,000-yard stairs up here. Well, we'd love to hear another song. So we got for us.
Cool. It's called The Wraith.
Cool, I'm gonna just tune up
Yep.
super quick.
sits beside of me, ready to slash a beat with a rusty knife. Stress that takes over me, burning fuel I can hardly sleep. Tackling what I see, only to collapse. Drunken epiphany, so much inside of me. Manifest destiny, we gotta pay this planet back. Like the strangers in the dark, and up anxiety's no spark. And still it follows close. The news keeps us worrying. My mind keeps on scurrying. Running away from what is not. Going to the gym just to look for a fight. Half their size, but twice their might. I fed the good wolf plenty last night. But the bad wolf is never out of sight. Alleged strangers in the dark, the dumb anxiety's no spark. Still it follows close. It's the rain. He's back. She's back. They're back. What's back? Who's back? What's back? I'm back. Three, four. Legend strangers in the dark, and up anxiety's the spark. And still it follows close.
All right, the rave there by Scuzz. So as we just mentioned earlier, you guys got 2 demos out. I mean, as you formed, I think, in the summer of last year, not even 9 months ago.
2020.
Oh, 2020.
Spring. No, I'm sorry. Spring 2019.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was basing this on how late your Facebook goes too. But I'm assuming that
okay.
came later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me about the recording process. It says that you played the whole thing in your kitchen, or at least in the first one, the dining demo. Yeah. How did that go about? How did you get the all the equipment to kind of work and sound good and yeah.
Credits out to our other roommate, Patrick Markley.
Pat.
Bass player
Bass
extraordinaire.
player extraordinaire,
Yeah.
fretless. Very known in Burlington. He has all the equipment, you know, and snaked it up to his bedroom dining demo he recorded downstairs.
Yeah.
See, all this house that they live in, it's a musical paradise. I'm just gonna say, because I live in a tiny apartment in Virgins, and I love it. It's great, but I play drums, and it's hard to play in a small apartment. And they have mics and 3 drum sets and every single mic and recording thing you ever need. So it was great. It was nice to be able to record in y'all's space.
Because your house is basically a recording studio, just as is, just on a regular day, it's basically a recording studio.
Yeah, the dining room is permanently that, and a place for us to play, and a place for other friends and folks to just come play music.
Wow,
Our,
so
our basement also it's like the grungy. Like in the summertime, it's amazing 'cause it's cooler down there, and we have like a little mini stage. Can't really play on the stage, but
We haven't tried.
You got to duck.
We should do it.
yeah, dirt floor, typical 1800s Burlington basement.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, so we have like best of both worlds. We can get really naughty downstairs, and
Very
yeah,
professional.
and then
Classy
class it up
upstairs.
upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that there's a stage that no one can actually stand on. 'Cause that's kind of defeating the point of a stage.
Yeah, past tenants built
Yeah.
it. So.
When people are a lot smaller.
Right.
Yeah, nutrition wasn't good back in the day.
Yeah.
Um,
It's true.
and so this house sounds like it's an actual kind of venue for a lot of bands, not just your own. Who do you have coming through the place, and do you ever kind of chop and change? You kind of bring in a musician from another band, and then maybe one of you goes over to a band in turn, maybe like a band member exchange program.
Yeah, that's it. We've brought one of our friends, Kevin, over many times to play. Great local player as well. I play in a bluegrass folk group that practices there from time to time.
Porch Dwellers, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the Porch Dwellers.
Porch Dwellers, yeah. Let's see. Pat has got a bunch of bands too that he rehearses with. I mean, some of the people he plays with are phenomenal, and I just sit in the living room and I get a free show. So, yeah, it's a good place to be.
Yeah, it
No.
sounds it. And as a collective, do you ever play together in terms of like live gigs or anything like that, or is there a plan to go forward and maybe all these people that come through to have a big kind of, or mini festival, I guess, in Burlington or something like that?
Yeah, we've kind of done that before. We did our damnedest in our basement over the summer. Just had as many people as we could, and I think we'll do it again. So I don't know. I don't want to invite the whole town, but we just
Just don't say your address out loud on the
Right.
radio. You're probably good.
just configurations of different musicians can be really fun and kind of haphazard, and that's what we like to do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Do you find any for anyone else that also plays in other bands? Do you find any of the punk seeping in to your other bands, or any kind of like bluegrass seeping into your punk?
I mean, for me, I'm actually been I've been basically playing with y'all, but I went home. I should say home back to the West Coast in California for the first time in a while, and I remember my buddy who I was in a band with back home. Funktbus is our band from back in the day, but we were jamming at this guy's new studio. My friend Brian, he's in a band called the Fell Swoop, great band as well in the Bay Area. But he told me we were playing. He's like, "That's the punk vibe, man. This is fun." So I got a little heavy when we were just jamming, him and I back home. So that's the first time in a while I've gotten that, and it felt pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and but you don't see any like bluegrass coming into this kind of territory, or is this like strictly okay? We're playing punk and punk only, and if anyone brings a banjo in here, then it's immediately getting kicked out.
Well, the next tune we're about to play is going to have some accordion.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a B-side or a hidden track if we ever get to that point, but we love it.
Tell me a little bit more about getting to that point. So you got these two demos, both recorded in your house.
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping you doing like the full thing? Because you've only got 5 songs down there. You're halfway there,
Right.
and then you've already played 2 songs tonight that I've not listened to so far. So that's
Yeah.
7.
Yep.
You're within touching distance of a full album.
Oh, we have it for sure. We have enough material. We love doing the live recording, which is what we've done, and then overdubbed vocals. But for the most part, the recording, has been live. So it might just involve us finding a studio and just buckling down for the weekend and plugging it out. But I think we could totally do it.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very keen to listen to this next track with the accordion. So
Yeah, we're gonna do a little instrument
Yeah, let's
switcheroo.
see how the the accordion mics up too.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna kind of bring this down and see if I can. I mean, the accordion's loud as it is, so.
I'll be honest, I've never. I don't think I've ever heard a punk band play with an accordion before, so this is going to be a new experience for me.
We like to mix it up.
Yeah, I also love the sound of an accordion, so I feel like the two things might be a bit discordant, but I'm going to find out, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta give credit to my mom. It's her piano, or it's her squeeze box.
Oh, no way.
Speaking of moms, I gotta say it on the radio right now. It's my mom's birthday right
Oh.
now, and I love you, Mom, and happy birthday.
Happy
Sorry.
birthday, Steve's mom.
Mrs. Steve, I think she's called.
Yeah, Mrs. Steve.
And what's this track called, by the way?
The Bear.
The Bear.
This song's about a close encounter I had with a bear in Virginia.
Yeah, let's hear this. This'll be, yeah, I'll be loud enough anyway, so. Be good?
Good, my friend.
As I walk north in Shenandoah, a backpack on my back. A man walks south, he paused. It made me skip a track. I saw a bear down yonder there, not 10 minutes ago. This I tell you and I advise you. Make your presence known. The man, he then faded into the tunnel of trees. As quickly as he appeared, I was on my own, presence unknown. 'Twas the bear that I feared. I continued down the trail, searching for this beast. A big black bear with long black hair came looking for a feast. I froze in my tracks, panic attack. Sticks like spears gripping at the ready. The bumbly beast, he stumbled toward me. I turned around and steadied. Face the bear, don't turn your back. I remember someone say,
The bear, he stared till I did back and slowly moved away. As I walk north in Shenandoah, at the end of a long, hot, sunny day, I stared down a bear with long black hair and continued on my way.
Nice, Scuzz there with the bear. What a great story as well. Glad you came out of that one unscathed.
Yeah, I was followed by a black bear for a little while. I was, like the song says, I was on my own. There was no one else around me. But makes for a good story, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. They also look quite cute from a distance, but I'm assuming once you start getting stalked by one, their fuzzy cuteness kind of starts giving way to menace.
Yeah.
A tad.
You said it.
Joe, I wanted to mention the accordion playing. Fantastic, by the way. Absolutely love an accordion. Wasn't sure how that was going to sound, but I definitely ended up getting some Dropkick Murphy vibes from the track, actually.
Totally.
The one thing I noticed in your bio is that you mentioned you got some Romany influence. I was wondering if that is directly the accordion, or is there other elements as well that you kind of draw from the Romany with your Romany kind of influence?
Like polka, sorta. So, yeah, I grew up. My dad played professionally in like a German polka band, and I started taking lessons when I was like 11, maybe. I don't remember. And maybe like 5 years in, it was like middle school. I was like, oh man, people think this is lame, dude. I'm like, it's like I'm not gonna pick up any chicks with an accordion. And so but I wish I did keep. You know, I know how to play, but I feel like if I kept with it, I could have just like brought it to the next level. But,
yeah.
You know, it's in my blood. You know, I'm
Yeah.
Polish. You know, so.
I love the sound of the accordion.
Yeah.
I once upon a time, I lived in a kind of commune house in Buenos Aires, and there was this accordion player called Gustavo, which because of course he was, and God, he could make you weep with that thing. It was gorgeous, and ever since then I've just loved the sound of the accordion.
I love a good like Edith Piaf influence. You know, like that like sorrow, like French. You know. It's just so sad, you know.
I think an accordion, almost unlike any, in a stronger way than almost any other musical instrument, can really take you to a specific place, like geographically, as you say, like France or an underground bar with someone weeping into a glass of red wine or something, you know. But do you use the accordion in a lot of your tracks, or is it specifically the bear that you play in?
It is specifically the bear, although we've been told, like, can we
we're
have more of
Trying to
that?
get him
Yeah.
to do more. Yeah.
We want more
Joe?
punk
I think-
polka.
Yeah. Then we got to do it.
Yeah.
I would like to petition for more accordion as well, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, that song was drawing from personal experience. Really good story of you in the woods in Virginia. Do you tend to write songs about personal experience, or is it more about just expression? It's more abstract and it's not quite so kind of story based.
Yeah, it is personal experience for sure. The highs and the lows. I'm writing a song currently that we're kind of fleshing out about the eviction of the Sears Lane camp. So kind of taking it from personal experience to a place of local politics. I listen to The Clash a lot, and some of their songs are directly related to where they grew up, very place-based songs, and I'm like, I want to do that, so giving it a go.
Eaton Rifles is an absolute classic on that one, actually. Yeah, and I can't think of a better way to tell the Sears Lane story than through music, to be honest, because I think it does need to get heard a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of, it flew under the radar for a lot of people, and it really shouldn't have.
Right.
But yeah, really glad you're doing that. Were you down there yourself? Were you staying there at the time, or were you there just in solidarity?
No, I didn't go to any of the gatherings, I guess you could say, a loose term. But I have passed that camp many times. I did actually go to one of the rallies on Church Street and got to hear many different voices, and a friend of mine has been very active in that as well. So that, and it's all over 7 days, and I discovered, and anybody can use this, it's no secret, just take bits and pieces from newspaper articles and write a song. Like, you can do that, and when I discovered that, I'm like, wait, that's kind of cool.
Bob Dylan actually used to use that fairly often. The Talking Bear Mountain Picnic Massacre Blues is which is a very long mouthful of a track, but you should give that a listen because he took that directly from a newspaper story.
Yeah. Right.
It's a good idea. I mean, the story's already laid out in front of you, which is fantastic.
Exactly.
So before I let you play your last song, have you got any gigs coming up? And if so, where?
We're playing at the Monopole across the lake in Plattsburgh on April 15th with TPR, and that's with our buddy Kevin, who I was talking about earlier, Kevin and his band. And we really hope to have some more stuff on the books, and I guess it's a good time as any to say we're on Instagram, Scuzz2, Facebook, Scuzz2, and Bandcamp, scuzz2.bandcamp.com.
Nice, yeah. Yep. I'm assuming Bandcamp's where you can listen to the songs you've got out at the moment, which are the 2 demos that I've heard. And is that where all the new music would be going, if and when it comes?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yep.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in. And we'd love to hear one last track. So what have you got to play us out with?
Kind of a new singer. I gotta get all the things flowing. Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate it. We're gonna play a song called Bandwagon. It might be 30 seconds, actually. Knew I had to do something while I was talking.
It's very difficult to tune and talk at the same time, I've been told.
I'm gonna try. Going down a half step like some of those Green Day tracks. Almost there.
Strolling all by my lonesome self and content to do me. I see all the couples holding hands. It's clear to me now that I see. I don't wear sunglasses to hide. I don't fit in, I don't fit in. My hair's not buzzed or slicked to the side. 'Cause part of it makes my head spin. What if all of a sudden I had a lady? I started playing at shows and wearing cool clothes. Who would start to notice? Who would look back? Who would get back on the bandwagon? Who still doesn't give a shit? Jump on, get it on. 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 Strolling all by my lonesome self and content to do me. I see all the couples holding hands. It's clear to me now that I see. Jump on, get it on. Jump on, get it on. Jump on, get it on. Jump on, get it on.
All right, Scuzz playing us out there with Bandwagon, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
Thanks for having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Not at all. Looking forward to seeing you on the top of Riding High again in the summer.
Yes.
All right, well, you can join us next week when we got Obi, the voice guide, coming in. I will not be here because I'll be on vacation, but I'm sure we'll have Someone over here filling in. But that's all we've got for time for tonight. This has been WOMMLP operating out in Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator, The Rocket Shop. I've been your host, Tom Proxer, and good night.
Yeah, thank you.